Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Mahoutsukai no Yome, or the Ancient Magus Bride, episode 5. So this one I thought was still very, very good. This is just, in general, a very good show in a season of good shows. Like, there are a lot of good anime this season, and this one's just an edge above the, even the good ones. So, yeah, at least from what I'm watching, there's a lot of good shows, and this is even among those good shows, it's in one of the upper percentiles. But there's one thing that kind of took me out of this a little bit. Towards the end, I'll talk about it towards the end as we're going through different points from the episode. But other than that one thing, this was again really, really good. And one thing I particularly liked about it was how well it was shot. Just the different structures and the different, I guess, frames and sort of panels on screen they used. I thought it was done really well in that it was shot almost like a horror movie, and the music played into that as well, and it really upped the suspense. And this was done for most of the episode, and I thought it was really, really good, just the way it was structured in general. But starting from the beginning, we find out Slay Beggies have essentially unlimited magic, but they're really fragile because eventually their body won't take it anymore. Chisei thinks about that, and all the time she's passed out in the past, and thinks, oh yeah, well, maybe that's why. The girl is actually called Alice here, so apparently it isn't Mina, though I feel like they look super similar. I guess that's just a thing with anime. If you have your typical face from this show's style and then give them both blonde hair and stuff, they kind of look pretty identical. But yeah, apparently that girl is Alice. Chisei saves Ariel, which I thought was great, and then she shows some blind loyalty towards Elias. Now, I think Elias is the good guy. I trust in him, but I feel like at this point in the story, Chisei's trust is kind of almost a bit misplaced, because what if they were telling the truth and Elias was using her for sort of negative means? Of course I don't believe he is. Of course I see him as the good guy. But her just following along just because he said she was family, what if he said that disingenuously? Just completely trying to use her and deceive her. I feel like her loyalty is not very deep-seated at the moment. It's kind of blind loyalty. But, again, that's not really the thing that took me out of this. That's not really a big problem, not even a problem at all. I'm just bringing it up as an opinion. Molly decides to go with Chisei. They go into the corruption's memories, see Matthew meeting the sorcerer. Tim the cat listens in on the sorcerer and Matthew talking once the sorcerer sees Mina. Then Mina goes out into the forest looking for Matthew, finds the truth, the cat-killing shack. The sorcerer basically used Mina as a guinea pig to test out condensation of souls. She gets mole rat repellented from Fallout 3, just completely falls into nothingness. Tim then is the first king of cats, bites out the throat of Matthew, and he gives a really great speech about how we can't let you pass in peace, we can't let you live, this is a shame, you lost your humanity, and all of this, and I thought it was great. Which leads me to something that I don't really like or get as much. Why is it like, because of the curse of murdering this guy, the cats are trapped here too? Why is that the case? The cats didn't really murder him, the guy was a murderer. They were just saving other people from being murdered. So yeah, I don't really see what the cats did as bad at all. The dude needed to be put down. Molly predictably sacrifices her last life to go and guide the curse to the next life. Now, we don't know if she's actually going to die from this because of the way it ended up ending, but I think she is sacrificing her last life here, and this was supposed to be really sad, and I was getting sad at that. Then Ariel comes in, and Chisei has the idea, no, we can save them. They don't have to be destroyed. We can send them on to the next life, and it works out, and it was great. Beautiful, beautiful scene. In great development for Chisei with her choosing to do the right thing here. I thought that was great. Finding a new way to do the right thing. It wouldn't have been wrong to do what they wanted and destroy them to spare them from an eternity of suffering. That wouldn't have been necessarily wrong, but Chisei was able to save them because she thought up something new, which I thought was great. It showed her willing to go out of the box to do good. So then, yeah, I guess that was about it. I thought it was a really cool episode. I love the way, like I said, it was set up sort of like a horror movie in a lot of the shots, and the music was incredible, especially the scenes with Mina and Matthew at the shack and stuff, where it was really creepy. I thought that was good. Chise's development was great, and the one thing that I disagree with, the one thing that took me out of this a bit that I didn't like as much, is them trying to make us feel sorry for Matthew and him ending up getting a peaceful passing like the rest of them. He didn't deserve that at all. But not only just him not deserving it, they were like, oh, he was deceived or whatever. But this is a problem I've seen in a few anime recently. It was a problem in Virgin Soul, which I absolutely loved the show, but there was a huge problem. And it's the same where I'm scared Inuyashiki may go in that direction, where they set up a character who's just terrible, and then they try to give us something that makes them being bad forgivable or understandable. They give them a sad backstory or reasonings for why they did it. They were deceived. They needed revenge for something terrible that happened to them. They were trying to save somebody, kind of like what happened here. But the issue with that is that it's worked so well for so many shows in the past, and that's why a bunch of shows are still doing it. It's worked so well because the good that they were trying to do outweighs the bad deeds that they did. This, just like in Virgin Soul, and just like if they try to make the one character in Inuyashiki redeemable in any way, just like what would happen there, just like all of that with Matthew, the good he was trying to do didn't outweigh the bad he did. He murdered a bunch of innocent animals in a terrible way, and he did this in the scope of that series, cats having multiple lives and being sort of sentient. Now, did he know that? Maybe not, but either way, he captured, tortured, murdered, brutalized, and experimented on a bunch of animals, completely lost his humanity, like Tim said. He did all of this terrible stuff to save the person he loved, which is a good thing, but the saving of one life, the saving of one innocent life, I'll put that, to put it in more perspective, doesn't really excuse the murder of a bunch of innocent lives and the brutal murder of a bunch of innocent lives. So the bad he did way outweighed the small good. So you can't really use he was deceived as an excuse, because he could have chosen to do the right thing even if it was the difficult thing. The same thing, I'll try to leave out spoilers for Hoseki no Kuni, but there was an exact opposite instance of this in Hoseki no Kuni, another episode that came out just today, where a character could have saved her family if she had chosen to do the wrong thing. She could have sacrificed an innocent life to save her family. But rather than doing that, she chooses to do the right thing, even though it's the difficult thing. I can't save my family this way. I can't save my family by sacrificing an innocent life. If Matthew was a good guy, if he deserved this peaceful passing, he would have said, I need to save Minna, but I can't do it by killing a bunch of innocent animals. Even though in this series they're kind of a bit more than a typical animal. So yeah, that's the issue here, and that's what took me out of it. When he got this nice peaceful passing, and when we were supposed to feel bad for him, I was like, no, I don't feel bad for the guy at all. The bad he did far outweighed the good he was trying to do and didn't even do. He didn't even succeed in doing it. He misplacedly did all of this terrible stuff. So yeah, that just took me a lot out of the episode. Everything before that was awesome. It was just that one thing at the end where I was kind of like, why am I supposed to feel any sort of way about him except that he deserves punishment for all the terrible things he's done. So that was the one problem with the episode, was just that. Trying to make us care for a character who really didn't deserve to be cared about. Who they even set up as not deserving to be cared about. But either way, I'm giving it a great review, because like I said, other than that one thing that I just wanted to elaborate on why I didn't like it, which is why I talked about it so much, but other than that one thing, the episode was great in every way. I would still give it 8.5 lives out of 10. Maybe Molly survived. I think she probably died to go guide the rest on to the next life, since they sort of had that bit of closure there. But maybe not. Who knows? Either way, though, hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like it, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more. Mahoutsukai no Yome, Hoseki no Kuni, Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko, tons more on the channel. Juni Tyson. Children of the Whales, I'll figure out something to do with that since the subs are weird. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. If you want a link to our Discord server, just ask and I'll give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.